Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. The house stood quietly on a leafy street in Hampstead, its tall windows catching the pale London light like a memory that refused to fade. To outsiders, it was simply a £5 million property, elegant, spacious, enviable. But it was something far more delicate. A living scrapbook of laughter, late nights, and the soft footsteps of two growing boys. When Kat first walked through its doors in 2023 the house had been little more than a doer-upper. Dust floated in the air like forgotten dreams, and the walls echoed with emptiness. Yet Kat had seen something else, a future carefully stitched together with warmth, chaos, and love. "It'll be perfect," she had whispered, almost to herself. And for a while, it was. Their sons, James and Milo, turned the garden into a battlefield of imagination. Mornings were loud with cereal debates and school runs, evenings filled with stories and soft laughter. Even the unfinished corners of the house felt alive, as though the building itself was growing alongside them. But life, as it often does, began to shift in quiet, almost invisible ways. The distance between London and Ireland, once manageable, grew heavier, kept Kat anchored in the UK, while Patrick's commitments pulled him back across the sea. What had once been a rhythm became a strain. Conversations shortened, silences lengthened. By July, the world learned what the house had already begun to feel, the end of their 12-year marriage. Their statement was calm, measured, almost too gentle for the weight it carried. No blame, no scandal, just two people choosing different paths, promising to remain united for the sake of their children. But behind closed doors, reality was far more complicated. Now, months later, the house had become something else entirely, not just a home, but a symbol. For Kat, every corner held a piece of her heart. The kitchen where she had imagined years of family dinners. The staircase where the boys raced each other. The quiet bedroom where she had, perhaps unknowingly, begun to drift apart from the man she once couldn't imagine life without. To her, leaving felt like erasing a chapter she wasn't ready to close. "She loves this house," a friend might say, watching her trace her fingers along the banister. "It's part of her." But for Patrick, the same walls told a different story. He had believed it would be their forever home, a place to grow old, to welcome future milestones, to anchor a life built together. Now, standing at a distance, he felt like a visitor in something he had helped create. There was no shouting, no dramatic confrontations. Just a quiet tension, like a storm that refused to break. He felt pushed out. She felt she couldn't let go. And somewhere in the middle were two children who still called it home. The dispute wasn't just about property or money, it was about belonging. About who gets to keep the life they once shared. As autumn settled over Hampstead, the house remained unchanged on the outside. Its windows still glowed in the evening. Its garden still held the echoes of laughter. But inside, everything had shifted. Two people who once dreamed under the same roof were now standing on opposite sides of it, not as enemies, but as strangers trying to untangle a shared past. And the house, silent and steadfast, held it all. Every memory, every hope, every goodbye. In the end, it wasn't just a battle over bricks and walls. It was a battle over who gets to stay, and who has to learn how to leave.